Welcome to MRS Bulletin's Materials News podcast, providing breakthrough news and interviews with researchers on hot topics in materials research. My name is Laura Lay. Increasingly, we see research moving forwards when diverse expertise comes together. One such collaboration has achieved the first multi-scale analysis of a hierarchical material where characterization has been achieved down to the atomic level, providing unique insight into the mechanism of nanoparticle formation and redistribution. Synchrotron-based X-ray nanotomography was instrumental in gaining this new insight, where an in-situ aluminum-titanium carbide metal matrix nanocomposite processed via salt flux reaction was characterized. The analysis was complemented by scanning and transmission electron microscopy, with simulations providing a vital understanding of the mechanism of formation.
I did not realize how complex these microstructures can be. I think it has opened a realm of opportunities to explore further the mechanisms of microstructure selection and control.
That was Professor Ashwin Shahani from the University of Michigan. A surprising variety of titanium aluminide morphologies were seen, including an orthogonal plate structure. The simulation showed that this growth form originates from the intermetallic nucleating epitaxially on a titanium carbide particle, as long as this particle is larger than a critical size at a given undercooling. Titanium carbide particles that are too small to nucleate titanium aluminide also influence the growth of the intermetallic by splitting the intermetallic plates during solidification. While the simulations were carried out by Professor Katsuyo Thornton's group at the University of Michigan, many of the materials were produced by other collaborators. Professor Alan Taub, who is also at the University of Michigan, explains.
Some of our material was done in collaboration with our colleagues at UCLA and Ohio State University, to get us the right material in the right form, as well as David Weiss, who was at Eck Industries. You can't underemphasize making the specimens is not easy under these controlled conditions.
Even performing the characterization was not straightforward. Nanotomography required samples of specific dimensions, while the electron microscopy took time.
These are typically micropillar samples, which means that they're 50 micrometers or less in diameter. And so machining a sample that small, that is still going to be representative of the bulk is non-trivial. And then also in terms of the electron microscopy, catching the point of nucleation, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. We spent a long time linking length scales, so going from the results at the synchrotron, at the nanometer scale, to the atomic scale.
Students in the research group were challenged to work on all aspects of the experimental work, which means they had to prepare samples, collect the data, process it, and then provide interpretation. The nanotomography was key to this research. Trying to obtain the same information using only electron microscopy of thin sections would have required significantly more effort.
It's really Professor Shahani introducing the ability to do nanoscale, three-dimensional imaging. Without that, we could not, without laborious, hundreds of sections, have known that we really had orthogonal plates, that those orthogonal plates had these critical sized nuclei inside. It's the enabler of 3D visualization.
The research was supported by grant funding from the US National Science Foundation under their GOLI program and is part of a wider program of work. Using these insights, the microstructure of a material can be tuned in order to optimize the material properties. While the 3D imaging is critical to gaining insight into the structure, computational models can facilitate this optimization. This work was published in a recent issue of Acta Materialia. My name is Laura Lay from the Materials Research Society. For more news, log on to the MRS Bulletin website at mrsbulletin.org. Follow us on Twitter at MRS Bulletin. Don't miss the next episode of MRS Bulletin Materials News. Subscribe now. Thank you for listening.